We begin with politics. People's National Party General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell is calling on the government to again announce the date of the next general election constitutionally due this year. The party executive says a rematch is needed to prove the true strength of the PNP, who were left wounded in the last election. He suggests the pandemic impacted their loss, but assures victory in the upcoming elections. The Garden Parish of St. Anne was again left scorched by a series of fiery presentations and attacks launched at the governing Jamaica Labour Party by its political rivals, the People's National Party. PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell demanded a rematch following a nasty loss of power in the September 2020 elections. And while the Prime Minister is seeking a third term at the helm, Dr. Campbell assures history will not repeat itself in the JLP's favour come the next election.
Name the date, because in 2020, they call an election in COVID. And when we go there, the most of our people never come out and then give way a backsliding. Only win 14 seats. And we are waiting for the rematch. We have been training for the rematch. And we are now at the point where the referee has said, on guard, we are ready for the rematch. So Mr. Prime Minister, no more delay. No more bugger talking. Now it's time for you to name the date, and we will meet you there, and we are going to beat you street and land. The PNP is going to return to government in Jamaica.
Dr. Campbell shot back at promises made by the JLP to include providing job descriptions for the members of parliament, which he says fell flat. He is confident with a raft of alleged broken promises on housing and security that the PNP win is inevitable.
Do you, Mr. Prime Minister, remember your promise that you would give job descriptions to your MPs? And do you, Mr. Prime Minister, remember your promise that you would have taken the people from poverty to prosperity? You have fulfilled not even one of those promises. But now you come with on the ground, you not dry eye. You come now with your dry eye. Well, look at the people of Jamaica and say that they should reward you with another term. When the elections are called in Northeast, in Northwest, in Southeast and Southwest Centre, then how can beating?
He also detailed plans to make the National Housing Trust NHT more responsive to the needs of the poor.
A private developer built a 2-bedroom house for $18–20 million. But HHA in Runaway Bay built the same 2-bedroom house for $30 million. How the government build the house more expensive than the private developer? That will not happen under the watch of the People's National Party. The National Housing Trust is for the poor contributors, and the next PNP government will ensure that poor people can live in dignity.
He was addressing supporters at a divisional conference in St. Anne's Bay on Sunday. Voters in Trinidad and Tobago headed to the polls today to elect all 41 members of the House of Representatives. Polling stations opened at 6 a.m. and closed at 6 p.m. with over 1.1 million eligible voters expected to cast their ballots. The election sees the ruling People's National Movement, PNM, led by Prime Minister Stuart Young, vying to retain power against the opposition United National Congress, UNC, headed by Kamla Persad-Bissessa. This follows a major redistricting effort by the Elections and Boundaries Commission, which renamed 5 constituencies and adjusted the boundaries of 16 others. 17 political parties and 3 independent candidates are contesting that election. CARICOM has deployed an observation mission to monitor the process, ensuring transparency and fairness as the nation decides its future. and that's the future leadership. The stakes are high, the atmosphere is electric, and the eyes of the region are fixed on this pivotal moment in the Twin Island Republic's history. As voters headed to the polls, questions lingered. What will this election mean for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and how will its ripple effects shape the Caribbean's political and economic landscape? We were joined online by Trinidad Guardian editor Kejon Haynes.
I think on the ground, what we're seeing is actually a higher voter turnout. The last election we would have been smack dab in the middle of the 2020 pandemic. So that voter turnout was really low. It was just about 58% of the electorate turning out to vote for that election. In 2015, the one before that, it was about 66%. We might actually be seeing about that 66 or maybe even a little bit more. The trends, the analysts have said over the years that a high voter turnout usually signals change, but we wait to see.
When asked how might the redistricting of constituencies impact the balance of power between the PNM and the UNC in this election, he said,
5 seat changes and redistribution of polling centers. In some cases, it would have made let's say, okay, so like one seat would have been a safe seat for the PNM and another safe seat would have been a safe seat for the UNC. The redistribution of those polls made those seats even stronger. So you will see one safe seat in the PNM probably winning by an even larger margin today, and a safe seat for the UNC winning by an even larger margin. In some cases, what you have is, even though the seats might have been a little bit more marginal and swing, they might have taken away the strong seat from one. And so you still have a majority, but your majority mightn't be as good. So at that point, it requires some people, so to say San Fernando West is for one example. The margin is still good.
Kejon Haynes from the Trinidad Guardian. Could allowing Jamaicans to work beyond the standard retirement age of 65 help boost financial independence and reduce elderly poverty? One advocate believes seniors past retirement still have plenty to offer and the skills to keep driving industries forward. Shante McNeil reports.
Founder and executive chair of the Caribbean Community of Retired Persons, Jean Laurie Chin, believes many seniors remain sharp and capable even into their 70s. Her comments follow a recommendation from the Health Ministry to the Senate Committee on the Care of the Elderly to raise Jamaica's official retirement age from 65. The aim is to help seniors maintain financial independence and push back against the creeping tide of old age poverty.
I believe that you can get excellent performance from people up to the age of 70. And therefore, I think maybe we could raise it to 67, but make it optional for persons who would wish to work until they're 70. Because yes, there is a point there about not being able to manage on pensions. You know, pensions are static, and the cost of living is not. So I believe maybe 67, but given an option to work until 70.
Another consideration for the Senate is a unified Elderly Care and Protection Act, similar to the Child Care and Protection Act. This would hold families more accountable for the well-being of their elderly relatives. It would also help ease the strain on hospitals crowded with seniors abandoned by relatives, which the Health Ministry's permanent secretary says is a growing concern.
As to the numbers of social cases in hospital, I can't give you a figure on that today, but I know it is significant because it affects our ability to care for those persons who come to seek support at the hospital treatment. at the respective hospitals, and they can't find a bed. Some persons have to be sitting in chairs for days, weeks even, just in order to find a hospital bed for them to be cared for. So yes, it's a concern for us.
Green says, sadly, some seniors spent their final days alone in the hospitals with no family coming to claim them. Under Section 10 of the Maintenance Act, adult children are legally required to support their elderly parents. But Green, along with Government Senator Shireen Golding Campbell, admits that law has never really been enforced.
I don't know that there was anybody who could cite a single instance where the municipal corporation had taken any action.
That's the exact point I'm making.
Well,
I was a town clerk for many years, and I've always asked the inspector of poor for Kingston and St. Andrew, how many persons have you ever taken to court to maintain their parents?
But that for us, PS, is precisely what we're concerned about, because if you've had this law in place but it has never been used, it's a sign that it's not workable.
It's why they've recommended raising the retirement age to help senior citizens work longer, stay independent longer, and live out their golden age with dignity. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
CVM News at 7 continues in a moment.
Every child deserves a home filled with love. When hope meets heart, a new journey begins.
Welcome home, David.
Welcome, David. Make it your own.
Family is built on moments shared.
Go, David, yes!
Every smile and every shared moment connects us with a brighter future. Here, you're not just welcomed, you're family. Foster hope, foster love, foster a child today. Contact the CPFSA for more information.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Cleanup efforts post-Carnival Jamaica 2025 were in line with the expectations of the authorities as organizers partnered to remove the remnants and debris from the streets of Kingston Sunday night. CEO of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, Robert Hill, told the media Monday morning would bear evidence of the improvement. Well, Jamaica 2025 is over, and it was again another successful year for organizers and sponsors.
GenXS Jamaica is quite proud and happy that we're able to help Carnival in Jamaica achieve its goals to be one of the marquee destinations for masqueraders, not just in the Caribbean, but globally. So we're happy in that regard. As for our own personal goals, we've met most of them, yes. Cliche alert, we'll have to go back to the drawing board to ensure that we do enhance and improve our standards next year, even higher, as this year has been receiving early reviews of great top marks, but we still always aim to impress, give our masqueraders that top-tier quality experience, which we seek out to do every year. So overall, as a Jamaican, I'm proud, and as a GenXS director, I'm even more proud and happy.
But the work is not over for those who ensured the order and cleanliness of the city. Chief Executive Officer of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, KSAMC, Robert Hill, says there was marked improvement in the efforts of the organizers and promoters in restoring cleanliness to the city. This even as there were concerns of defaced posters and buildings during the events.
This has been a vast improvement in terms of the cleanup of the painted areas that were inundated, particularly coming from the complaints from residents along the route that the Juve persons marched. There are still some areas that need attention. We did an assessment just tonight, and we realized that some carpet places are still marked with the Juve paint in the New Kingston area, generally speaking, and in Halfway Tree as well.
Road signs. Road signs as well.
And road signs, directional signs have been impacted by paint, so we expect that the organizers will take heed and have that rectified in the shortest possible time. For today, I must say that I'm quite impressed. Over last year, the bands, the organizers, promoters did stick to their word.
And that was to partner with the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, to effect robust cleanup after the reveling came to a close.
So we are pretty much pleased with the efforts that have been made so far. The bands, the National Solid Waste Management Authority, the private contractors that have been engrafted to clean the streets have been busy doing so, as you can see behind me. And we are anticipating that come tomorrow morning, Monday morning, that the streets of Kingston will be returned to normal and cleaned.
And the weekend brought a not so unique set of challenges for individuals attempting to access funds from automated teller machines, ATMs. This issue has been particularly pronounced in recent years, with many people reporting difficulties in withdrawing cash during this peak time. The situation is exacerbated by various factors, including technical malfunctions, insufficient cash reserves at machines, and increased demand as people prepare for the weekend. Here's Michael Paul Dixon.
The Bank of Jamaica, BOJ, instituted a minimum service requirement aimed at improving ATM availability and reliability across the country. This regulation mandates that financial institutions ensure their ATMs are adequately stocked with cash and operational during weekends when demand is typically higher. The regulations have not been enacted as yet, but still some of those challenges remain unabated. CVM News sought reactions from people regarding their experience this weekend.
Disgusting. I've been here last week. It was Friday, I had to leave. Today, Monday, I went up there, 6 of them not working. This is where I pay my bills, rent, my school fee, and pay people on it for my boss. It's not working none at all. This is what you want to resort the country to?
I'm tired of it. I have to walk up and have ATM for use. And it don't make no sense. And if I go into the bank a while ago to use the machine and it's not working, then that don't make no sense. I have to come join the line now. So I don't know what happened.
The frustrating thing about it is you might be using the ATM, your card gets stuck, your money tell you say, the money actually withdrawn, you withdrew the money, and then you can't get access to it because it never come out of the ATM machine.
The ATMs have been slower. It's not accepting the new money as it would the old money. It's been a bit more difficult.
I'm frustrated and I'm angry because it makes no sense. They want us to use cards and then we're not getting the benefit of it because we have to wait. Sometimes we're late for work. Sometimes we want to go home. We're late to go because we have to stand in line just to get our own money that we work for.
And of course, we will be gauging reactions from the Jamaica Bankers Association in response to what's happening. However, for now, we take a break. We'll be right back.
Join my private room. Only $1,000 for a grand time.
That I know me. We never said that. But who going to believe me?
That is correct. $4,350,000. Yes, go ahead. $4 million? I never approved that.
Yes, me go doctor tomorrow. So me have to get the money today, no longer. Then no me face that. We never make no record or beg nobody no money.
Deepfakes are AI-generated images and videos made to look and sound like people we know and trust. They're used to spread misinformation, destroy reputations, and are used to commit fraud and scams. Don't fall victim to deepfakes. Protect yourself. For more information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or scan the QR code on screen.
The people have asked me over here forgot underwater this morning.
Hey, your girlfriend know what I do in my corner office.
In your corner office.
Yeah.
We're going to a marine biologist kind of that corner office. We'll be studying the environment this morning. In the boat.
Yeah.
In the boat. So tune in to the underwater corner office. You never know what you'll find out.
Hold on, this is what you're wearing, Carl?
Yeah, man.
You come bush out though.
Bush out for the boat. God is on board. Fret not.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Funding for micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs, can be a hurdle to get over. With this sector of the business population offering 80% of jobs in Jamaica, it is no wonder the Jamaica National Foundation and the Caribbean Development Bank have formed a partnership to aid with this challenge. Adrian Williams takes us through this alliance in Small Biz, Big Dreams.
Business can be quite challenging to maneuver when one does not have the funding readily available to manage it. That's why we flipped the scripts a bit today and had a chat with representatives from financial institutions to find out what solutions they offer to small businesses. General Manager for the Jamaica National JN Foundation tells more.
Jamaica National is proud to be one of the largest providers of financing to micro, small and medium enterprises. The JN Bank Small Business Loans Division, headed by Gillian Hyde, has had the enviable position as the largest one in the Caribbean for a very long time. And each day we allow micro businesses, dressmakers, restaurateurs, people who are operating at the community level to access the financing they need to scale their businesses and to also sustain their business. And the JN Foundation partners with the JN Small Business Loans from time to time to accommodate financial literacy sessions for micro entrepreneurs as well. And that we have found has been really useful in getting people to operate their businesses in a way so that the loan repayment terms can be honored, but so that they can thrive. Their businesses do better, their families do better because they apply the skills to the running of their own households as well.
Richardo Aiken, Community Development Specialist at the Caribbean Development Bank, CDB, is taking their impact to an even more granular level by collaborating with the JN Foundation to impact financial literacy at the community level.
Realized from the assessment that proposal writing was a significant gap, but not just that too, but quite a few of the groups were not able to access development assistance because they were not registered, they did not have constitution, and they had poor financial management system, all of which would have hindered their advancement of their development agenda within their local communities. So with that, we went ahead, we had a conversation with the Jamaica National Foundation in October of last year, and that collective understanding of the issue, we just decided to collaborate on this particular initiative. And due to a previous engagement with the Local Engagement and Action Fund to the Global Affairs Canada, we all came together to collectively execute this initiative, which we are hoping can be a pilot that can be replicated across Jamaica and possibly the wider region.
JN offers one unique feature that will work well especially for micro businesses.
The JN Small Business Loans has a suite of products that are really easy to access. The products are sort of they're not traditional banking products because, for instance, JN Small Business Loans will use things like refrigerators, sewing machines, the assets that micro entrepreneurs will have at hand they accommodate those assets in the loan application process. And that is a big differentiator, and it usually makes their financial inclusion a little easier.
So whether you are into making bags, selling smoothies from your food truck, a creative alchemist or muralist, a model coach, selling confectionaries from your wheelchair, or just about any business you operate, JN and the CBD have you covered to assist with funding. I am Adrian Williams, and this was Small Biz, Big Dreams. Dream big!
We are dreaming bigger, of course. We take a look now at what's to come in sports. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Nika. Well, do you know the Gloves Over Guns boxing initiative put on by the Jamaica Boxing Association? Well, the Pan Am Confederation president was here on hand to witness that initiative just recently, and she expressed delight at the talent that Jamaican young boxers showed. Plus, not local, but in the Indian Premier League, a 14-year-old, that's right, a 14-year-old smashed a century today. I think that's a story worth noting. We'll have that and much more in sports.
Absolutely. And if you are still with us after the break, you'll hear so much more about what's coming up in social media.
World where innovation meets tradition. Agriculture is evolving like never before. From the latest sustainable farming technologies to age-old practices passed down through generation, agriculture is
precious to me.
I love the animals. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. I love working.
Join us right here on CVM TV every Sunday during news at 7 as we explore the people, the science, and the breakthroughs that are shaping the way we grow, eat, and live. You don't want to miss it. This is Farming Forward.
People, are you ready? Fit Fire has joined the Fete. If you missed it on the ground, catch it on the TV. Shani Fitness brings her high-energy, dance-filled workout series, Fit Fire, to a TV near you. Join her and her team as they continue to get you fit for the Fete this season. Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. on CVM TV. Fit for Fete, the ultimate workout series, getting you ready for the road. Powered by CVM TV.
Fit for Fete, brought to you by Smirnoff. We do Carnival. Drink responsibly.
Jamaica is on a transformative path, and the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation and its agencies are leading the way. MEGJC Matrix is back for Season 2, bringing you the latest on the projects shaping our nation's future. Big changes, bold moves. This is the Season 2 of the MEGJC Matrix, driving development, transforming lives.
New KFC saucy wings tossed in savory mango habanero or buffalo sauce. KFC, it's finger looking good. The time by KFC is
7:30.
Welcome back. It's now time for social media.
Let's get into what's happening in our local social media spaces. Jamaica Carnival's Road March took place yesterday, showcasing vibrant costumes, energetic performances, and infectious rhythms that embody the soca cultural spirit. The event drew large crowds, highlighting its significance in Jamaica's cultural calendar. Here are some of your reactions. At @in_Dick comments, Carnival Day in Jamaica, definitely my favorite time of year. At JA Carnivalist says, this was my 4th Jamaica Carnival, and although I was late, it was still my best. We knew this season was special, and yesterday was the proof of that. At Mark Gillispie 6 shares, you can have Carnival disturbing the peace of society, but we cannot embrace our own dance hall music peacefully during party hours because of night. At Aleng_JM post, it seems as if all 3 bands delivered a great road march experience. I love this for Jamaica Carnival. At Dre Boss says, wake up early Sunday morning Ghana Carnival, but never once make that effort to go to church cause you're tired. I just can't bother if I talk in here. At King Zam adds, Carnival in Jamaica, now a global product indeed. And that's what's trending online today. Continue to share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV and CVM Television on Facebook. I'm Michael Paul.
And in regional and international news, we go to the Caribbean, where in Trinidad and Tobago, as the nation heads to the polls, political analyst Dr. Indira Rampersad predicts a higher voter turnout compared to 2020, fueled by the excitement generated on the campaign trail. Here's CNC3 News.
From what you have seen on the campaign trail, the energy or lack thereof, perhaps, do you feel that there will be, have you seen enough evidence that there may be a higher voter turnout in 2025?
Yes, evidence due to the hype in the election, the hype generated, the energy, the animation, the excitement, and the size of the crowds. Suggests that there's going to be a higher voter turnout, certainly from 2020. It's generally around 55 to 65%. In 2010, I think it was almost 70%, which was quite a high voter turnout. So you find that traditionally when the electors are coming out to vote out an incumbent, the voter turnout is high. That's been the trend, but it's left to be seen whether that will be the case. But I do expect a high voter turnout today.
And in international news, Canadians hit the polls on Monday in an election overshadowed by tariffs, economic uncertainty, and annexation threats from the United States. Voters will decide whether to grant Prime Minister Mark Carney a full 4-year mandate or give the Conservative Party a turn at the wheel after more than 9 years of Liberal Party government. With the details, here's ABC News.
Canada, as citizens there cast their ballots in a general election. This one was triggered by the resignation in January of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the leader of the Liberals who led the country for nearly a decade. 27 million Canadians are eligible to vote in this election. They'll be voting for candidates vying for one of 343 seats in Canada's House of Commons. So the magic number here is 172 to secure a majority to govern outright. The two major parties will dominate this election. The Liberals, led by incumbent Mark Carney, and Pierre Poilievre of the Conservative Party. One of these men will be the Prime Minister. If neither party wins a majority, they'll need the support of either of these two minor parties and their leaders to form government. The main issues on the minds of voters are the state of the economy, cost of living and healthcare. But the elephant in the room is this man, US President Donald Trump, who's imposed crippling tariffs against Canada.
I think the relationship that we've had with the United States, relationship over the course of almost the last 4 decades, which has been one of steady and increasing integration, has fundamentally changed. We have put in place counter tariffs that have maximum impact in the United States and minimum impact here at home.
I think we do need to counter the American tariffs with our own to deter this economic aggression. We must make clear that we will always be sovereign and independent.
An aggregate of the major polls by CBC is showing the Liberals are ahead after gaining ground since the election of Donald Trump. The same poll gives the incumbent a 70% chance of winning a majority. So now it's over to the voters, but voting isn't compulsory, and more than 7 million Canadians have already cast their ballots early.
We take a break, but there's sports right after.
You living on or in possession of family land? You want to sell or subdivide the property? Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal to serve you better.
People, are you ready? Fit Fire has joined the fete. If you missed it on the ground, catch it on the TV. Shani Fitness brings her high-energy dance-filled workout series Fit Fire to a TV near you. Join her and her team as they continue to get you fit for the fete this season. Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. on CVM TV. Fit for Fete, the ultimate workout series, getting you ready for the road. Powered by CVM TV.
Fit for Fete, brought to you by Smirnoff. We do Carnival. Drink responsibly.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me.
And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
So, I'm sure you took her to a doctor, and what did he say?
He said that she had a hole in her heart. She's a blue baby.
I thought I would find my papa, but I didn't. I found Uncle Jungly instead.
I will divorce her. It's what you want.
Ganga.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or High